Hi there everyone, Mark from Retribution Gaming here, and I'm welcoming you back to another random Sunday Funday. And in today's episode we're going to be playing the Death and Return of Superman on the Super Nintendo. Now this is based on the, at the time, somewhat controversial DC Comics storyline of the death of Superman, where they decided to kill him off. And some characters, some people then claimed, I think there was 4 of them, claimed to be Superman. There was Superboy, the Man of Steel, who was just called Steel, Cyborg Superman, and I think the other one was the Eradicator, but don't quote me on it. But yeah, that was the sort of premise. And this is the game that was based on that storyline. So, as you just saw in the intro there, this is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, so let's not waste any more time and let's jump into it. Starts off with a bit of an animated intro, just to set the scene. Metropolis. Present day. A peaceful summer evening when suddenly... a complete power failure. Deep inside the Metropolis power plant, the Underworlders celebrate their takeover. This looks like a job for Superman. Because of course. Level 1, Siege of the Underworlders. Okay. Let's go through a bit of an overview here. Here's your standard enemies, Rambo. There's another one. Now there's a punch attack, as I've been doing here. You can jump. I think there you go. You can fly and attack by holding up and jump, well, by pressing up and jump. Superman does have we'll show this off in a minute, actually. We can pick that up and throw that at enemies. We're going to want to probably take this guy out, Igor. He has a projectile attack. And there's also an attack which I'll show off. Well, actually, I'll do it now. Sort of like attacks all enemies on the screen, which is pretty cool. I think that was a health pickup. So we're going to want to fly. Come on, thank you. We're going to want to fly over that. Can we come down a bit? Okay, there was only one of them. That's cool. Oi, hitting me from behind. Do you have no martial honor? Now, in this level at least, because I vaguely remember, I've only played a little bit of this in the past, and it was quite some time ago. But from what I remember from this level, yeah, there's also a throw attack if you grab enemies. Oh yeah, you can throw them into the background as well, which is pretty cool. From what I remember, there's not really a huge varied selection of enemies, which is a bit of a shame, but... Ow, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, right, well that's not working. Can I just drop down? There you go, that's kind of what I wanted to do. Mainly because there was a Superman icon there, but I don't know what that did. Extra life, maybe? Instead of a health pickup? Possibly. Alright. Oh, wrong button. Pick this up. Thankfully, that projectile, I don't think... It's not like, for example, Streets of Rage, where if you do a special attack, it drains a portion of your health. Okay, looks like we're going underground. Aha, there's a house pickup. Now here we have a mandatory elevator section. Where we're just going to go through various different levels, and it's kind of like a... Oh, hello. Ah, there's a different enemy. A tick. How wonderful. Wait, come here. Oh, I managed to hit the tick whilst I was also hitting a Rambo, whilst I had him grabbed. Ticks have got a little bit more health. Oh, we want to probably avoid that attack. Now, my opinion of this game, this is probably why I didn't play it an awful lot. Actually, I don't know why I didn't play it an awful lot. I'm just looking at it in hindsight right now. This is a good game, don't get me wrong. You know, it has all of the features and things that you want in a side-scrolling beat-em-up. He says actually in an elevator level, but so we're not so much side-scrolling as sort of down-scrolling. To avoid that. Yeah, it has everything you want from a side-scrolling beat-em-up, but the problem is, and I have this issue with Maximum Carnage as well, which I do rate, you know, above this one. I'm not saying that this is bad, but I have that problem with Maximum Carnage as well, is that whilst this is a good game, it does get really repetitive quite quickly. As I was saying, there's not a huge variety of enemies. There you go, have your shit back. So yeah, there is a bit of repetitiveness. At least with Maximum Carnage, there was a bit of a variety in characters. We want to avoid those. Whoops, he says, getting hit on the head by a rock. Or, oh, and another one. Maybe I should have done this, survived that first, and then picked up the health pickup. But yeah, whereas Maximum Carnage, and I'm only using that as a comparison because it's another comic book based beat-em-up. Yeah, Maximum Carnage at least had a sort of variety of enemies. Whereas these, it just seems to be the same ones. I mean, we've got ticks here, but it just seems to be the same ones. Like I say, at least in this level. I can't remember... Oops, that was a bit of a waste, but anyway. I can't remember any other levels. Did you just home in on me? Not very dare you. Yeah, I don't remember any levels after this, but... You know, like I said, the last time I played it was quite some time ago. Good, I got him out of that rolling attack. Nicely avoided my jump attack there. Get out of the way. I mean, something that breaks up the, I say monotony, it's not quite monotony, but something that breaks up the, you know, adds a bit of variety is the different attacks that Superman can do. As I say, you know, he's got the punch, he's got the projectile, he's got the, you know, grab attacks and things like that, so... What is going on here? Why is there an earthquake going on? Okay, I think what that does is that those little orbs underneath my health bar, I think they're the amount of times I can do that sort of screen clearing attack. But I'm not too sure. I will check it out at some point. But you know, this isn't a serious playthrough as always on a random Sunday Funday. We're just having a little bit of fun here. Might just get through this first stage and then, you know, call it there, I think. But, oh, we've got, is this another, oh no. Oh, hello, you look like a boss. So, Closter. Oh, hello. Right, yes, that is the case. So yeah, I did that sort of, that. And yeah, it took off one of those orbs. Now, you could probably get away with... It's a bit of a cheap way to beat a boss. Actually, I'm going to do it again, because I'm almost out of health. So see you later, Closter. And Superman poses. Level complete. There we go. As I say, I might just leave it there. This is just going to be a quick one today. News flash. A being of unknown origin is heading for Metropolis, destroying everything in its path. Not even the Justice League can stop it. That sounds dangerous. Doomsday is here. I was going to say, spoiler alert, if you don't know the story, it was actually Doomsday that killed Superman. So they both got into a heated battle. Only Superman can save us now. They got into a heated battle. They both kicked the ever-loving crap out of each other. Superman dealt a mortal blow to Doomsday, which took him out, but unfortunately Superman succumbed to his wounds. So yeah. Level 2, there you go, Doomsday in Metropolis, but we're going to leave it there, I think. We'll just see if there's any more enemies, any different enemies rather. Oh yes, we have street punks. Okay, well that, hello. So that adds a bit of variety, I guess. He's called Molotov and he's called Chainsaw. Okay, fair enough. I mean, like I said, I'm going to leave it there, but you get the gist of it. As I say, it is quite a good game, but it does get a little bit repetitive. But it's an interesting premise. There are, you know, a couple of flying levels where it turns into a bit of a shoot 'em up. You know, you do get to play as the different characters. I think you get to play as Superboy and Eradicator. Cyber Superman is a bit of a villain in the game, so you don't get to play as him. You get to sort of face off against him. And Steel, I don't know if you can play as Steel. I think he's a supporting character. But like I say, I can't remember. It was a long time ago when I played this. But yeah, there you go. That was today's Random Sunday Funday. I've been Mark from Retribution Gaming. This has been a very brief look at the death and return of Superman. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. And I hope you join me for the next one. So until then, I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.